Michael Tanko Tieno's charges were under pressure to overturn the first leg defeat in Kampala in order to be crowned champions of the enticing battle between the two nations at the Kenya Rugby Union grounds on Saturday. The epic derby began on a high note as both sides were in search of early points. The Rugby 15ers side squad failed to capsize the 14-point deficit over their opponents as they both tied at halftime interval. Head coach Michael Tanko Tieno made 6 changes to the side that did duty against Uganda last Saturday when they suffered a 19-5 defeat in Uganda. Efforts by Kenya Commercial Bank scrum half Peter Mutai, Strathmore youngster Tony Onyango, Wilson Kopondo and Brian Nyukuli could not break the deadlock as Uganda pushed forward. Second half changes in the playing unit saw Kenya score 12 points over their perennial rivals thanks to combined efforts by winger Vincent Mose, fly half Eden Agero and Lokroni Mwenesi. The visitors were then crowned champions despite losing 12-0 to Kenya. Late defending by Uganda's Lokdenis Mulo, centre Paul Kabazi and winger Justin Kimono gave the regional neighbors a narrow 19-17 aggregate win, following the 19-5 win at Kiadondo Stadium in Kampala last weekend. Impressive players from the grueling final will be selected for the East Africa Rugby Tuskers Challenge in June this year. On the other hand, the Kenya women's rugby team went into jubilant celebrations after overcoming a stubborn Uganda with a 15-3 win at the same venue. After suffering a 15-6 loss in Kampala, the win saw Sami Kemei's side defend the title they won last year with a 21-18 success over their rivals despite missing captain Abadin Shikoi in the final, who picked up an injury in the first leg encounter in Kampala. In the interim, Kibera Celtic registered their first Nationwide League win of the season, following their 1-0 success over Mahakama in a thrilling encounter played at the Hope Center in Kawangware. Both teams approached the match cautiously as they exchanged midfield possessions in a muddy pitch. Kibera Celtic tested the visitors' custodian on several occasions as Ronald Ouma and Geoffrey Opondo fired over the bar. The match, attended by a fair crowd, saw Mahakama's David Ngure and Wilson Anekeya receive matching orders from the center referee. Head coach Peter Ampesa made numerical changes in the playing unit as the Slam Boys held up before halftime interval. After the restart, head coach Michael Oduor made satisfactory changes that saw Kibera Celtic dictate the proceedings. Nigerian import Sanusi Kita gave Celtic the lead from the penalty spot after Mahakama defender Amos Ocheng handled the ball in the danger zone. Mahakama fought brilliantly, but they were controversially denied a goal that was cleared off the goal line, despite continuous protests from the judicial side. Striker Rogers Owino combined efforts with Jeremano Ngugi could not gift the Travellers an equalizer before Kibera Celtic keeper was stretched off with an elbow injury. The Celts held up in the nervous encounter as they registered their first league win. In the other match played at the same venue, Kenya Revenue Authority suffered a 1-0 loss to the visiting Iron Strikers. Ken Kenyatta's boys ruled missed chances before conceding from a deflection. The taxmen complained of poor officiating as they were denied a goal by the center referee. In the other match played, Ligi Ndogo suffered their first league defeat of the season to the rampant Kariobangi Sharks with a narrow 1-0 loss at the City Stadium. Baka Collins, GBS News.